Alright, this is an album cover coming at you with another game. This is between Dakrin, who is the light blue Terran here on the top in Xel'Naga Caverns, and FoxxBird, who is the purple Protoss here at the bottoms on Xel'Naga Caverns. Now, FoxxBird, we've seen him on this map, specifically in other maps too, go for mass stalkers. So it'll be interesting if he goes that again. He did hear that I was talking pretty bad about his mass stalker, so he may not do that again, but we will see. And then Dakrin has used several different Marine Marauder, medevac pushes, and things like that. So already interesting, going to see that the supply depot is not going to wall in his base, but is actually going to help wall in his mineral line. So that is going to be very interesting to see what that actually plays out. This probe for FoxxBird going to go and do an early scout. Both players staying pretty even on their harvester count, and yeah. So this is getting very close to the end of the ACM Starcraft 2 Double Elimination Tournament that we've been going at all day. Had some great games, some heartbreaking losses, and all around a pretty good time. Now FoxxBird will of course attack this SCV here and just be annoying like he generally does. And we are going to see, before even this barracks finishes, this refining is going to go up, so it's going to be going for a more tech-heavy build. And this SCV does go down, but this probe is taken out as well, so an eye for an eye there. FoxxBird says it's worth it. So, and really it can be, if you can delay something like a barracks, something really necessarily for 5 or 10 seconds, that really could open up a window if you've got your other timings down really well. So that's very true. Now Dakrin does have an SCV inside the base. I would just be totally ecstatic if he built like a bunker or something here. That would be crazy to see, because right now I'm not sure that FoxxBird can't even see that. So that'd be great if he used this to his advantage. But we see FoxxBird, of course, going with the 1-gate cybernetics core, which is what he's done before to get out his fast stalkers. And then we can see Dakrin going for just multiple barracks and making sure he stays not supply blocked. So going to stay on 1 gas for now. So having his 1 gas there makes you think several Marauder. And it'll be, I wonder, I'm going to see what he's going to put on this barracks as well, whether it's a tech lab or reactor, because and it is a tech lab, so we're probably going to see a lot more Marauders. And now this Marauder will be able to micro against this Zealot, so I don't think that Dakrin really has anything to worry about against this Zealot here, as long as he notices this, and yeah, he sees it. And really, he's going to need another Marauder out here pretty quickly though, or he's going to have a hard time against it. He needs to pull this Marauder back and micro that one. Didn't quite micro quite as well as he could have, and ends up losing a Marauder for a Zealot. But that actually is 25 more gas, for the Marauder. So right now FoxxBird is ahead on the losses there. You can see, and then this Marauder is not going to be able to micro quite well enough against these Zealots. And right now, Dakrin really needs to be careful with his SCVs, and he does have concussive shells, which is really going to help him out against future attacks by these Zealots. He's really going to slow him down, but it seems that FoxxBird has stopped with these Zealots and is just looking to put on some early pressure. Now this SCV is no longer in here, so if he went home or was taken out, I did not catch that. But throwing up 2 more gateways, another pylon, so we can see, I would definitely look for a 4 warp gate push or something very similar that the Protoss are really getting known for a lot here in recent news and play styles and strategies of StarCraft 2. So we're going to see 2 more barracks coming, so I imagine these are going to be more marine focused, unless Dakrin really just wants to pump out a ton of Marauders, but I really don't know if that's the best idea. So I'm going to start a pylon right here next to the Xel'Naga Watchtower, so that we can have a forward pylon for when this warp gate, when all these warp gates finish. and really good. FoxxBird going for his Nexus. He realizes he has map control, and he realizes he can do this right now, and he's going to go ahead and secure this Nexus and hopefully secure. Yes, he does have he's getting a pretty big economic gain. That's something that FoxxBird's really been pretty good about, is making sure he has his probes constantly building, and so far I've not seen him behind in the economy so far. So very good macro there, and with his 4 warp gates now, it'll be interesting to see how long he'll stay at these warp gate technologies, and how much he'll get before he actually pushes out, and why he's actually not warping in right here at the forward position. So now we do see, wow, okay, we've got a lot of Marauders here. Let's look at the unit tab. We have 9 Marauders that with the concussive shells really can do a lot of damage. Is Stimpack? No, Stimpack is not researched yet. So with Stimpack, it's really going to be dangerous for this Protoss army to want to engage, because anytime the Protoss army wants to engage, Dakrin will just be able to use his concussive shells to slow down the Protoss army and then just stem up and run away. So that's really going to be in his favor. And his massive Marauder army is moving out at about the same time the FoxxBird's army is pushing through, but it looks like they're walking straight past each other. If Dakrin doesn't turn around, he's not going to have any army here to defend, and these Marauders are really, really too slow to be able to come back if they're halfway across the map. He does not see this. Okay, he looks like he will maybe... He does not see any of these. He did see 1 or 2 zealots if he was really paying attention to the map, but I'm not sure that he was. This entire army is he's gonna make the Protoss army pull back because of the killing of that pylon. I really think though that FoxxBird should have just pressed into the base. Now if Dakrin really times this right, he can surround this Protoss army to some extent and really get in some of those units, although he does have units on just move instead of attack, and I don't know, this is pretty close, but I think these Marauders are not going to be able to handle it. They couldn't back up with those force fields, and all these sentries just really, I think, really made that battle. They created this huge wall. I mean, that's a pretty big gap they were able to just close, and really this army is not that formidable other if you take away the sentries, because he's got looks like 7 sentries there. That, okay, we're going to see a supply depot right here in the forward position. I'm not sure that's the best place. I was expecting that to be a bunker, but then we've got these units that were obviously rallied to a unit that died, and then these force fields are just going to hold off these SCVs, and it is I think FoxxBird definitely has got the advantage in this fight, and possibly is going to take the game because of this. Dakrin, his army was out of place, and he engaged the Protoss army in a bad position, and FoxxBird made him pay for it. So he's forced to pull off the remainder of the SCVs, although they're really not going to be able to do a whole lot. Usually you pull off your SCVs when you're trying to kill the last 1 or 2 units instead of just engage the enemy army, but he's pretty much doing all he can right now, and all he can do is not a whole lot. So Dakrin does go ahead and give the GG. So we'll be going on to Game 2 between Dakrin and FoxxBird, where Dakrin will be picking the map. An album cover signing out.